And so let's just begin with breathing. And if you want to use your hands with your breath, feel free. Maybe breathe out as you open your hands and in as you close your hands. You can just find a rhythm that works for you. You can shift the in and out. This is called hand breathing. You can have your hands in your lap, or up higher. Let your hands relax and just find the area in your body that your hands want to rest for now. We'll use our hand positions a little bit later, but begin just to notice where your hands want to rest right now. Feel the energy of the circle that we create together. You might imagine us all in a circle, each in our own energy body, our big bubbles, our big circles, 3 feet out, 360 degrees around. Shining brightly, just as we are, who we are, full of worth and dignity, with a divine spark. If you'd like, you might imagine that you are a tree, and you can pick the tree. You might be a pine. You might be a deciduous. You might be a seedling. You might be an old ancient tree. Just tune in to the spirit of the tree that wants to be with you and in you today. And feel your roots. Might imagine your own feet, sprouting roots. And let them really be wider than your trunk. Roots spread wide and deep. So just imagine your own root system. Wider than your hips. And watch the roots and imagine that they drop down through multiple layers of earth, down through soil and little critters and bugs, down through water sources, down into the crystalline crystals that are deep beneath the surface of the earth. Wider than your hips and as deep as those roots want to go. And pick the thickest root. Locate that in your spiritual imagination and write your name on that root in gold ink. This is you. This is your grounding cord. Renewed and refreshed, restored. And then just imagine the ends of those roots reaching out and drawing up and in earth energy. And then let that energy travel through all the roots, all the different disparate ones, and especially that thick one with your name on it. And you might just imagine it rising up. It might feel like water rising up, or it might be a color. Really let the earth energy rise up through the roots. Might take a while because those roots are deep. And then let them come into your feet and legs, which is the trunk. You are a tree, and now your legs are trunk, your torso is trunk. Let that earth energy rise up, starting with the feet and ankles, up into the shins and calves, thighs and hips, belly and low back, chest and upper back. Your roots and earth energy are nourishing you energetically. Your arms are branches. Your fingers are branches. Your head is treetop. Feel earth energy just rising up. You may even feel inclined to lift your arms and imagine yourself stretching out. Do what feels right to you. Your branches are filled with earth energy. And right on the tips of your fingers are leaves or pine needles. And you may feel your whole self filling around with leaves or pine needles. nutrients are filling you. The energy of earth is sourcing you. And you reach tall into the sky, feeling air all around you as every leaf and every branch soaks up the molecules in the air. And now just feel the sunshine shining down on the top of your head, on the treetop. And here we call on universal life force energy, prana, chi, Reiki, spirit, whatever it is for you, divinity. Feel it shining down on the top of your head. And if you'd like to use your hand positions on your chakras, feel free. If not, that's just fine. And feel the violet light right in your crown chakra, a spiral, turning clockwise, opening your connection to universal life force energy and allowing it to have a bigger portal to enter with. This is your connection to force, to source. A reminder that you're never alone, that you don't have to do all the work on your own. There's a source of energy that can fuel you along with earth, community, nature. And then let that source of energy move down into your forehead. The color is an indigo, a dark purpley blue, right at your, not quite the tippy top of your tree, but at those top branches. Feel the clockwise spiral. Moving from the outside in, opening up this center of intuition, your capacity to expand beyond reason and rationality, which we honor. We honor reason. And we just invite intuition to open here, our connection with the energy, with other humans, and with especially the more than human world. This is your capacity to see with ways of knowing, including with, but beyond the intellect. So let that part of you open. Let it be fueled by source. This is the part of us that notices synchronicities, that has our eyes open for the little subtle hints. The part that is patient, And then dropping down into our throats. Here, the color's blue. Feel source swirling around in there in the form of a spiral. Starting large and getting smaller on the concentric circles. And then really honing in on that inner circle there, opening your throat chakra, your capacity to hear and speak truth. Dropping down a few branches on your trunk into the heart center. Using your hand positions if you like. The color here is green. Let Source fill this center and begin to fill you with self-compassion. Imagine looking yourself in the mirror and saying, "Hello, dear friend. I love you so." And because Source gives us a full well, a constantly renewing source of compassion, we have enough to offer it to ourselves and to others. The well does not run dry. So bring to mind anyone, any situation, any place that could use some loving kindness. And imagine green energy flowing from your heart and this whole circle and arriving at those people or places in the form of a spiral of green energy. Dropping our hands now down into the third chakra. The color is yellow, and it might be just below the first few branches of your tree. This is your capacity to move forward in life. We know we can get sometime too forward in our bubbles, but this is our capacity to have power, personal power. So just feeling Source, restoring that right now. And then down into the lower belly. The color here is orange, just at the surface of Earth before we get to your roots. So this is the lowest place on your tree. Might be the place where you sit and lean against when you sit against a tree. Feel source swirling around with the color orange, opening your creativity and honoring all your feelings. And then you're back down into your roots. You might imagine that root network now filled with source energy, not just earth energy, both and. They may be red now or a different color, but see your name in gold on that thick root. You are tall, you are strong, you are beautiful, and you are one in this grove of trees. We give thanks for this community, for Earth, and all of creation. And when you're ready, just begin to wiggle your toes and open your eyes and come back to the screen.